Hey everybody, welcome to the Mana Leak. I'm John as always, and it's time for the usual box opening. We of course opened a box last week, and that was my store owner's box, one of the many that he opened for the singles binder. This one's mine though. I get to keep these cards, so I'm hoping that this box is just as good as that last one. But we're going to open it, we're going to go through the rares and the foils and see if we get some good stuff. Yeah, let's crack into this. Should have opened it off camera. There we go. There we go. Now it's open. Ta-da! All right. So, we've got 36 packs. We're going to open these, see what we get. And, of course, I'll give you a recap at the end, as usual. Up first, I'm hoping for a foil Gisela. Or a foil Tamio, I guess that would be okay, too. Murder, a card I haven't seen yet in draft or in sealed. I really need to at some point. Summary Dismissal, Womp Womp, and no good flip card. Up next, what do we got? Up next is Mausoleum Wanderer, a card that I think will be totally fine in limited. Not as good as people think it will be. I think it's going to be better in constructed. It'll still be fine, but I don't necessarily think I'll first pick it. This here is basically flavor text. You know, letting your opponent know you have a counter just isn't a good idea most of the time. It might stop them from doing it for a turn, but that's about it. Really, it's just a 1/1 for 1 flyer that can sometimes get bigger. And no flip card. Alright, Tamio, be a good pack. Be a good pack. We get a Nahiri's Wrath. Well, that's pretty okay. That's my second Nahiri's Wrath. I had one in my sealed pool at pre-release, and it did some really good work. Honestly, a little bit shocked at how low it is value-wise at the moment. I expect that to go up maybe once it rotates, once Standard rotates when Kaladesh comes out, perhaps. But yeah, I think it's a solid card, and I'm pretty happy to have another copy. And no rare flip, unfortunately. Up next, Liliana. Liliana bringing the value. It's the plan, anyways. We get ourselves a Stromkirk Condemned. Not the value at all. Not even a card that I would really consider first picking in draft. Just as a quick check through this pack. Well, there might not be anything else that I would first pick over it. Maybe the Drag Under, maybe the Certain Death. But that's about it. Actually, Ulvenwald Captive is there in the back, so that's probably the first pick. But not a great pack. Not a great pack. That's honestly part of the problem with this set, I found value-wise anyways, is that the value is a little bit low. And I don't know why it is so low, because a lot of the cards are really good. I don't think this is Dragon's Maze all over. I think the cards are good. And so I expect when Kaladesh comes out and Standard changes, some of these cards may skyrocket. And then once the set stops being printed, I expect some even higher value. This pack, we've got ourselves a Nibelus of Frost, a card that I would probably first pick at some point to try to go into the Spells deck. And no flip card. Tamio Emblem, though. Totally whiffing on the rare flip cards, which is not how the box I opened for my LGS went. That box, we had like 5 or 6 rare flip cards right at the beginning. This pack, we get ourselves a Bedlam Reveler, surprisingly expensive in foil. Surprisingly expensive in foil. I looked it up and it was like 12 or 13. Maybe it's crashed by now, who knows. But yeah, Bedlam Reveler, a card that I do want to try out for sure. And this feels like, yes, a foil mythic. I'll take a foil mythic. It's not a super playable foil mythic. It's a Mind's Dilation. I have no idea on the value of that at the moment. I'll have to check that up when I do my value recap at the end. But foil mythics are always good, especially ones that look destined for Commander. So, foil Mind's Dilation. Also, as a note, all of our rares are blue or red, except for the Stromkirk Condemned. Come on, not a blue or red rare, or be an expensive one? I can't think of any that are blue and red. Anyways, this pack, we get ourselves a Deploy the Gatewatch. Yay! 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 Maybe that has value in Commander, but it has no value to me. And would never have value in a draft. No rare flip card, unfortunately. Well, it's 2 mythics in a row. Hopefully that foiling on the Mind's Dilation makes up for the second one being a Deploy the Gatewatch. I could definitely see it being Commander playable as well, because they do hit the battlefield, right? So if you have a Super Friends Commander deck, maybe that could happen there. Next pack, we get ourselves a Stromkirk Occultist. Stromkirk Occultist. I passed this in draft last night, or Friday night, actually. I'm recording this on Sunday. I don't think that was probably the right choice. I think it probably deserved a better pick than that, but not a high-value card. No rare flip, just a Cryptolith Fragments. Pack number whatever we're on. I could count the rares, but then I'd have to stop talking. Alright, we get ourselves in this pack Collective Brutality. Totally fine, totally fine. And this feels like there's a flip, or a foil. An Ulrich! Yeah, I'll take an Ulrich. Ulrich seems very, very good to me. Super happy to have 3 mythics so far out of this box. Well, let's change that to happy, not super happy, considering one was Deploy the Gatewatch. Next pack, we get ourselves another murder. Getting a lot of murder in these packs that don't matter for any limited tournaments. That's an uncommon. Wharf Infiltrator. Good old looter Eldrazi. Or actually, it's not an Eldrazi yet. It's just a human horror. Why is it not an Eldrazi yet? Weird. Anyways, Wharf Infiltrator. Solid looter. Solid card. Don't pass that guy up in draft. He might look a little bit piddly, but he's really, really good. Next pack. What are we going to get? I feel like a Planeswalker. Or a Cryptbreaker. I guess Cryptbreaker is okay. Cryptbreaker, solid card. It's the second coming of Pack Rat. Not quite as good as Pack Rat, but still pretty solid. And a foil Plains. Look at that. Let's waste the foil on the lands. Next pack, we've got a Liliana pack here. Got a Liliana pack. That means there's a Liliana in it. I think that's how Magic works. I think. We get a Sanctifier of Souls, Intro Pack Extraordinaire, and a Graph Rats. No rare flip. So we've gotten 1 rare flip, and I guess it was pretty good. It was Ulrich. It was Ulrich. Not too bad. Next pack. I want a God pack. I want Liliana and a foil Tameo with a Gisela in the pack. Instead, we get Identity Thief. Yay, Identity Thief. Actually, I think Identity Thief is really cool. I'd be more excited about that if it wasn't the launch promo and I already had one, but I think Identity Thief is really cool. It might even make it into my cube. We'll have to see. My cube is the best cards out in Magic that I own. I don't really shop for my cube, so it's not powered or anything. It has a lot of power. It has Goyf. Goyf's not really that great in cube. It has Jace the Mind Sculptor, etc., but it would also include something like Identity Thief. Next pack, we get ourselves Heron's Grace Champion and no foil or no rare flip or foil rare. Heron's Grace Champion, played against that on Friday night. It wasn't too bad, actually. Partly because I was able to just block it, kill it, and the life gain didn't matter. But if my opponent was in any other situation other than being slightly behind, I think I would have been toast with this thing. Next pack. Come on, sick pulls. We get Assembled Alphas. Not sick in any way. Hey, we got a Bruna, though. Bruna's nifty. Only a couple bucks, but she is nifty nonetheless, and that is my first copy of a Bruna. Next pack, I'm thinking we're about halfway now. Feels like halfway point. Next pack has in it Thalia's Lancers. Thalia's Lancers. Not quite Thalia. Pretty vanilla, in fact, if you don't have a legendary. If you do have a legendary, they're solid. But I would never pick one expecting to get a legendary. Next pack, what do we get? We get ourselves a Liliana! Hey, Liliana, how's it going? I should have checked that pack. Now it's in a pile of wrappers, and I don't know which one it was. But Liliana has come to play. Fantastic. And we get, oh man, a foil Stencia Banquet. That is going to be worth several cents. Several cents. Pretty happy with Liliana. I'd like a Tameo too, but I won't be greedy. Won't be greedy. This pack, we pull ourselves Imprisoned in the Moon. Absolutely going in my cube. and a foil Spreading Flames. Imprisoned in the Moon. That's my first one, and I'm very happy to have it. Next up, we've got Liliana here. Maybe Liliana is hiding Tamio. Could happen. What do we get? We get ourselves a Eternal Scourge. That's not exciting in any way, shape, or form. Eternal Scourge. I don't know where I would pick that in draft. I do not know, because yes, it just keeps coming back, but it keeps coming back if you keep wasting 3 mana on it, which is not a non-zero cost. I've played against it, and my opponent basically never really felt like they could bring it back once it was exiled, so I'll have to see. I'll have to get some more experience with it. This pack, we get ourselves a Collective Effort. Anthems are always good, even if they're like 1-turn anthems, but they still functionally function as an anthem. Solid card. I would first pick it most of the times that I see it. Next pack, we get ourselves a Stitcher's Graft. That's the first card that I'm, like, super unhappy to see. Nothing else. Like, even to play the Gatewatch, as much as I joke about it being terrible, and as much as it is terrible, it is still a cool, unique card. Stitcher's Graft is just bad. Next pack. What do we get? We get Ulvenwald Observer. Pretty darn boring card. But we get Gisela as well. Haha, Gisela saves the pack. So we've got a Gisela, we've got a Bruna. We can assemble Brizella. That's not too bad. We've got Gisela, we've got Liliana, we've got a foil Mind's Dilation, we got an Ulrich, we got an Ahiri's Wrath. It's a solid mythic box so far. Next pack. Let's see if we can keep that train rolling, or if that was the highlight of the video. Next pack, we pull ourselves a Selfless Spirit. Pretty weak. Doesn't feel like a rare in any way, shape, or form. I have no idea why it's a rare. It's a 2/1 flyer for 2. You can sack it and give your creatures indestructible. That feels so uncommon. It doesn't feel rare at all. I wonder what happened there. Maybe indestructible is just such a confusing word, because of course you get the -X things, still kill it kind of rules question, so they want to keep it slightly out of the hands of newer players, but does not feel like a rare. Next pack, we get a Oath of Liliana to go with our Liliana. Not an exciting oath, but as you saw on Top 10 Thursday last week, fantastic art. Alright, I think we've got like 5 packs left. Could be 10. I can't tell from the depth of the box at the moment. This pack is hiding a Spell Queller. Spell Queller, I hear, is doing some bad things at Star City Open this weekend. So I'm pretty happy to see a Spell Queller in this box. It's going to up the value a decent bit. I think it's at like $12 at the moment. And 100% going in my cube. Next pack, we get ourselves a Harmless Offering. There's the kitty. And a foil Borrowed Grace. Happy to have one Harmless Offering. I'd be okay never seeing another one ever. Unless it's foil, because those ones are like $10 for some reason. Next pack, we get ourselves a Lupine Prototype. Mecha Wolf, you are not good. You are not good at all. Okay, looks like we've got like 6 packs left, I think. 6 packs. We can get some more mythics, right? We can try anyways. This pack, we get ourselves a Soul Separator to go with the Lupine Prototype and the other garbage equipment, Stitcher's Craft. And we get a foil Shrill Howler. Not the best foiling on the front there. That is one of my favorite arts on the back, and it's an okay foil on the back. Shrill Howler in foil. I actually saw Terrarian in foil, and it was really, really nice. It's a really nice foil, so if you can get your hands on a foil Terrarian, you've got a decent-looking Magic card there. Next pack, we've got ourselves another Selfless Spirit. That's exciting. Of course, the packs would hear me and determine that they want me to pull the card that I was most unexcited about, thinking it was basically an uncommon card. So why not have a pair of them? Next pack, we get probably another Selfless Spirit. We get a Mausoleum Wanderer. It's like we've jumped back to the start of a mapping or something. So that's our second Mausoleum Wanderer to go with our second Selfless Spirit. So what duplicate are we going to get this time? Probably a Summary Dismissal. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? Dark Salvation. That is not too shabby. And a Foil Fogwalker. Foil Fogwalker. As expected, I've been totally underimpressed by Fogwalker. I don't think it's good. I think you can include it in your deck, but I don't think it's good by any way, shape, or form. Next pack, we get ourselves an Elder Deep Fiend, good old Eldrazi Octopus, and a Docent of Perfection. Docent of Perfection. I was a seed away from first picking that Friday night, and I could have jumped into blue-red spells, but unfortunately the guy to my left took it. All right, fourth last pack here. Fourth last pack. What do we get? We get ourselves a Providence. Yay, Providence. That's super not good. I actually rare drafted one, as you saw, at the first Eldritch Moon FNM. Rare drafted it third last pick, because that is precisely where it should go. Next pack, we get ourselves a Bloodhall Priest. That's nifty. I think she's pretty good. And a Foil Identity Thief. Foil Identity Thief. To go with my foil alternate art Identity Thief. And a Liliana emblem as well. Alright, second last pack. Second last pack. What do I want? What do I most want? I want a Tameo. Tameo's what I want. I've got basically everything else that I want already. We get ourselves a... That's what I get for hoping. That's what I get for hoping. We get a Coax from the Blind Eternities. Last pack. Empty box. What do we get? I guess I want an Emrakul as well. Emrakul would be nice. We get ourselves a Decimator of the Provinces. That's another mythic. I'm going to have to count up these mythics in the recap. It's another solid card. It's not Emrakul, but I'm still pretty happy with it. And we get a foil Hamlet Captain. Foil Hammy. All right. Well, there is a box worth of rares and foils sitting there. Hang on a second, and I will get you a recap of the value of the good cards. The cards that are above like $5 or $6. So there you go. Not too bad of a box, if I do say so myself. There's definitely a lot of cards in the sort of $2 to $4 range as well that didn't quite get included. Things like even Deploy the Gatewatch, which is like $2.99. Yeah, pretty happy with this box. Got a lot of cards that are really going to help my cube out a little bit. Maybe even get me into Standard Constructed a bit, but no promises on that, of course. Let me know how your boxes went, how your fat packs went, how your pack opening has gone this weekend in the comments down below. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can find me on Twitter at The Mana Leak. That's L-E-E-K, like the vegetable, not the card. You can also find me at YouTube, you've already found me at YouTube. You can find me on Facebook.com/The Mana Leak and Twitch.tv/The Mana Leak. You've found me here on YouTube. You've got that comment section down below. Please make use of it. Click that thumbs up icon if you enjoy the content, and click subscribe if you want to see more. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you all next time.